All right, so what we want to do is, with these key overarching things of modular technology, flexible, open construction of the products, of course, AI, the key theme of the week for us. Now we want to dive into each area and let each product lead talk to you a bit about their space. First, just getting into the products a little bit, getting into those principles, and then we'll dig a little deeper into each of these topics. So I will ask each one of the team members to please introduce themselves.
Guess I'll go first. Yeah. So my name's Justin Jander. You hopefully saw me a little bit ago. I lead our product management team for our revenue management and soon-to-be offer optimization products. And so just to kind of introduce, the top left quadrant is my responsibility and my team's responsibility. And we're really focused on the core RM capabilities, moving into dynamic pricing, whether that be dynamic pricing of the right to fly or dynamic pricing of the seat or ancillaries, and then also expanding into that ancillary AI space that we talked about before. And really, I use the phrase AI, I talked about it earlier too. That's obviously a key tenet of what we're bringing to the table when we talk about offer optimization. That has to be the fundamental. And for Pro's history, that's long been the case. We called it science before AI was as prevalent as it is now. But really, the core component really is the data science that we're bringing to the offer optimization problem. On top of that, it's bringing data to the problem, real time, and using as much data as possible. And then really talking about bringing together, taking the story from the product being the right to fly into a bundle or the offer. And that really gets to what Amit just talked about when we're reforming the question. So really thinking about it as a bundle and the offer itself rather than just the right to fly.
Thanks for that. Let me hand it off to Mitko to talk about offer creation.
Thanks, Ed. So my name is Dimitar Kamenov, or short name Mitko, as most of my colleagues call me. I'm leading the product management team of our offer creation set of products, which is shopping and pricing, ancillary merchandising, as well as the distribution of these offers via NDC, APIs, orchestration, layers across the entire solution. So all of our set of solutions work very closely with what Justin is delivering in terms of offer optimization, because my expertise in the product area is to take these optimized pricing modules and tactics and put those in life, delivering those to the distribution channels. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Perfect. And just for alignment on semantics, offer optimization plus offer creation is offer management, the way that we're referring to. So if you hear us refer to these terms through the discussion throughout the sessions this week, you'll know what we're talking about. Let me now pass it on to Anais.
So I'm Anais Engelmeyer. I lead the product team at Everymundo. And we focus on offer marketing, which really drives acquisition, conversion, and redemption. And we build products that are fully portable, so you can place them across marketing channels, whether that's email, social media, or your website, or landing pages that we build out for you. They're fully self-service, so it empowers our airline customer to do what they need to do with those products. And they are modular. So whether you have one or all, they work on their own or together in concert.
Great, thanks for that. And of course, there wouldn't be offer without order.
Absolutely.
So let me hand it off to Chris.
Yeah, so I'm Chris Allison, and I lead the order management efforts at Pros. And yeah, that covers everything through the booking phase, through orchestrating payment, not necessarily processing the payment itself, but at least orchestrating to payment providers, any of the servicing aspects, and ultimately getting whatever order data is required into the delivery phase and the settlement phase, whether that's with today's PSSs or in future direct to those providers that handle those aspects.
Thanks for that. All right, now we're going to do a round and dig in, really challenge these guys. One caveat, I'm filling in for Anton, the CTO of Pros Travel, and so please do not ask me anything deeper. It's the product guys who know
Seth is a real technical guy.
Yes, something like that. Please. All right, so Justin, let's start with on offer optimization. This is what Pros has been known for. We are, I think, pretty comfortably can claim global leadership in this area. But as our customers begin the journey into the world of offer and order management, this long-term future path, where can they start? And what are the products that would drive that?
I think that's a really good question, and it's not surprising that I would think that was a good question, but since we wrote it. But anyways, it's actually one of the things that I think is really challenging, because we come to these kind of conferences, we hear a lot about what's going on, and you hear a ton about people talking about offer and order management, offer optimization, and it sounds really exciting. There's a lot of opportunity that's there, but really it depends on where you are in your airline journey to decide where to start. And I think some airlines, Benedict was just talking before about where the Lufthansa group is, and obviously they're on a different point in their journey than some other airlines would be. But I think the important thing is, it doesn't mean you can't start. It doesn't mean that it's so overwhelming, and I think that's really the problem that a lot of times happens, is you're trying to get to a point that's going to be 2030, and you kind of get into this cycle of just not doing anything because you can't get to the 2030, or you can't figure out the path there. And so there's really some core things that you can do. Updating your revenue management technology itself is really important. There's bid price control, so getting really into the specifics is important. So really starting to understand the relationship between price and demand, moving away from fare class concepts. You can still use the fare classes, but really starting to think of things as the relationship between price and demand is starting to facilitate that next generation. And so introducing these ideas into the revenue management department starts helping to facilitate the next steps. And so obviously that's things like bid price control, as I mentioned, willingness to pay is important in that, which really starts looking at the relationship between price and demand as a continuous curve rather than individual price points at filed fares. So I think those are some really quick places to start.
Yes, it's the products and capabilities that can start changing the mindset.
Exactly.
Got it. To kind of zoom out a little bit, this is all built and sitting on a centralized PROS platform. Talk a little bit about how the vision for this platform informs these products and these possibilities.
Yeah, I think there's a few things with that. Obviously, the data is central, as we talked about before. So with data being the central element, obviously the platform itself needs to be able to receive that data, consume it, and really work under that. And that's one of the tenets of the platform that we're talking about today, is creating this data set that's really usable across products. So you'll see a lot of that where if data is being used by multiple products, and instead of having to load multiple data sources multiple times, the platform can be the central location. And then on top of that is the modularization that comes with like the AI capabilities that we have. So being able to make it an open platform where the AI is easier to consume and easier to adjust and change as the airline needs it and as we change, right? Obviously, you heard from Michael today, and we have an entire science and AI department that are focused on continuing to research and add new capabilities. We don't want to be stuck in the same capability, so we need the technology to support that in the platform.
Got it. And so one last question for you. What's next?
Yeah, it's a great question, and obviously a great question again. But I think obviously the next step is really dynamic pricing. I think I talked about understanding the relationship between price and demand. That's obviously important as a starting point, but then I make this joke all the time, but in our introductory economics class, nobody would have ever told you to model the demand and price relationship with letters of the alphabet, and those are the only prices you can charge. Nobody would have ever done that, but yet our industry is stuck with that. And we're trying to break free of that, and I think that's really the next step, is continuous pricing, and then ultimately dynamic pricing, where you can understand the context of the passenger and drive towards the right price. And that's really what we showed today with the dynamic pricing of ancillaries, and that's where we're going with our request-specific pricing concept for the right to fly.
Got it. Thank you for this. So let's move to offer creation. Mitko, I know that this product area for us doesn't necessarily get as much visibility in the market that our offer optimization products do, but for those who are using them, they've experienced the flexibility and the agility and the performance, frankly, that we're able to offer. Can you talk a little bit about the products and how we're able to deliver those benefits and those differentiated capabilities?
Happy to do so. Well, when we talk about offer creation in PROS, we usually refer to it as the toolkit that brings the offer optimization to life. So it's the place where you get the products, the availability of those products, and the price, match these together for the search context and whatever we know for the customer that is asking. So package this offer, and then make it available for distribution. So in today's world of fares and RBDs and optional services, what offer creation product does is take the input from the offer optimization and all of the tactics that have been set there and execute on those tactics. So it will take like any discount factors or any price adjustments, any ranking of the different ancillary options, and we'll put those things in place in the current infrastructure, in the current world with fares and RBDs that we live today. So making these offers executable, fulfillable in the current PSS systems that exist today. So an important thing that I like to mention is that you don't have to wait for the order management system of the future to actually start getting the value out of the offer optimization through the offer creation products that are made to take this input from the offer optimization, apply it on the existing world that we live to, and make this product order ready in the current PSS systems. So that's a key.
Fantastic. And so if our offer creation capabilities are bringing to life offer optimization, can you talk a little bit about how we take that further downstream into distribution, into considering different channel opportunities or third-party products and things like that?
Sure. So, I mean, in the future of offers and orders, as we move forward with the as an industry into that direction, I mean, the main purpose of offer creation will stay the same. It will be packaging an offer and distributing that offer. I mean, what will change is the mechanics and how this offer is getting created. So the data flow between the offer optimization and offer creation will change a bit. But at the end of the day, it's the same purpose and the same goal. So moving to offers and orders will allow the airlines to start adding additional offers or additional products and services into the overall offer, for which they may need a more sophisticated order management system than what we have today. But the offer creation system, together with the offer optimization, will be the one that will drive that selection of the right products and services from the right partners and the right vendors. Also, the platform needs to be open and modular to allow that, to allow partners of the airlines to do that augmentation of the offer by themselves. So yeah, you need to have a platform that do allow that modularity and openness, and it's something that is part of our key pillars of the travel platform today that we are building and have. And in terms of the product differentiation or the offer differentiation, I mean, I believe that it's very important for the airlines to be able to differentiate the offers they distribute based on the different distribution channels, but also to the seller level. And with the current capabilities that we have in the offer creation suite of products, we do allow this today. So airlines have the flexibility to control the type of the offers and which distribution channel gets what offer across the board. Yeah.
Right, so the capabilities are there today.
Yes, they are.
It's fantastic. So let's take it even further down the customer journey. So the optimized offer is established, is created and delivered. But now I want to pull Anais in to talk about offer marketing, and specifically, what is that role of offer marketing if we're operating in an offer optimized world?
Great question, Seth.
Welcome today.
You've really got great questions today. So I think, there's a saying, if we build it, they will come. And I think that's very true to an extent, but in the airline industry, they may eventually come, but they may go elsewhere. So the offer marketing piece is what ties it all together. If an airline is investing in offer optimization and offer creation, that investment is not fully realized without the offer marketing. So that makes sure that those offers are being seen by the right users, and we're driving that traffic back and then into order management back in to be able to essentially drive a better quality and quantity of traffic back into the booking engine of each airline.
Can you share some specifics?
Sure. So we have different product suite of offer marketing products, such as Fairwire. You could use that in email. So if you wanted to promote a business upsell upgrade or a redemption prices. You could create email marketing with that Fairwire endpoint, drive those customers back into the air traffic pages, which you can use URL parameters to kind of update the content that you're seeing on that page. So by default, it may be economy, lowest price across the board for a route across different dates or from a specific city, but you could override that with the URL parameters so that those air modules are now showing business class data or they're showing miles data for a specific budget. And then that user is able to kind of decide what makes sense for me based on my budget, based on what I want to do. I know that I want to travel here or from this place. What can I discover on this map module? And then we end up driving them back into the booking engine. So by the time they're there, they know what the ticket costs, they know what they want to do, they know where they want to travel to and when.
Fantastic. And to, again, zoom out a little bit, this is also built on a centralized platform with unified data sources. And can you speak a little bit about the importance of that and the work we're doing there in offer marketing, but even more broadly?
Yeah, so as Justin mentioned, centralized platform, centralized data, and centralized business rules. So for each airline, based on what is important to them or how their data is set up, everything comes into the centralized platform and creates a sort of data uniformity so that you have consistency across the products, whether that's Fairwire, air traffics, air modules, air SCM, but also because we're building this world of the marketplace and we have partners building on top of that platform and that marketplace, and you essentially allow a lot of creativity in that partner world where they can come up with great solutions because their focus is what product do I want to build, not can I make sure it works for every single customer and I have a set of settings essentially for this module so that depending on the customer, it can show what it needs to. We take care of that. So the platform takes care of sort of unifying all of the settings, all of the data. The partners focus on building different solutions, and we create this world of innovation where we can sort of accelerate innovation because there's a focus area on our side and on the partner side.
Amazing. And Justin, did you want to kind of jump back in on this and talk about the offer optimization relationship there?
Yeah, I think that it's an important aspect because as you gain a lot of information from the offer marketing concepts, so you're seeing who's going to the pages that you're creating, you're seeing and understanding who's going to your booking engine. That's extra data that we can feed back into the offer optimization side. So it starts out with just basic stuff about number of passengers that are going to the website, buying or looking but not buying, or looking and buying, and that information can be used to drive better forecasting. And then as the products continue to evolve on both sides, feeding in the ancillary information that was presented but not bought as well. So starting to understand how it was presented and more information that we can get from the offer marketing side really starts driving more of what we can get from the offer optimization side. Hence, completing that loop. That,
and a better offer marketing experience.
Exactly, yeah, it goes both ways.
This to me, I want to kind of sit on this first 1 second, which is, this is, from a product development and innovation perspective, I think why EveryMundo has become a part of PROS, right? That to me, it's something that is truly unique to the industry, is this ability to bring the respective technologies together to create a singular platform, which then allows for offer marketing activity and user behavior and data capture to inform offer optimization, but then to bring that kind of full circle, right? To allow for this enhanced kind of differentiated capabilities there, which no one else in the market has this, right? So we're doing something totally unique, come back around and improve the offer marketing capabilities, which once again are unique for our company. I think later today, when I speak, I'll talk a bit about some of the reasons and the value behind the coming together of EveryMundo and PROS, but I think this is one on the product and innovation side that truly differentiates what we're doing here, I think on a whole other level. So with that, I want to come back to Chris to talk a little bit about the work we're doing in order, because once again, that's not something necessarily that we've been known for, but it's something that I would like to argue PROS is doing from a completely different mindset and approach versus the kind of incumbent legacy order takers that are out there. So first and foremost to you, talk just generally about what it is we're building.
Yeah, and actually, excuse me, before I do, I want to hit home something that Mitko kind of just touched on, because it's interesting that you just mentioned legacy, because the first step on the journey to becoming a true retailer, and eventually the long road of full order management actually can start with deploying, for example, some of the pros offer management components, but still fulfilled by legacy. So there is still a lot of work to do, and that is a first step on that long road. But yeah, I mean, clearly there is a limit to the sophistication and innovation we can apply to offers on the legacy stack. So that's where the pros order management comes in, and clearly it's a critical move that we need to make as an industry. From the pros perspective, we're building, and this is going to be a bit buzzword bingo, but bear with me. Basically, an order native, AI-powered, event-driven, modular order management system. And actually, the order native part sounds obvious, and it should be a given. But again, where we're coming from a unique position here is that we don't have a PSS to operate. We don't have a GDS. We're not simply putting an order wrapper around legacy artifacts. It is a truly order native, order management system. There's only so much detail we have time for to kind of dive into the individual components and exactly how it all works. But Mitko and I have a session tomorrow. I think it's at 1:15, where we really pick apart and go under the hood of the offer and order management systems. And actually, we can start to kind of plot that flexible transition path together. We give the pros view, but actually start to plot out that long road towards that kind of target of full order management.
Right, so being order native, but still kind of tolerating and speaking to the legacy systems for now as a transition to a post-legacy world. So let's go there for a second. So what about the way we're doing this ensures that this isn't the next legacy?
Yeah, that's it. And actually, this is another good question. Hey, again, some of them right
on fire.
No, that's it. The discussion has to go way beyond just transition, because when we get there, we need to make sure we're not getting our airlines to deploy another legacy monolith. And actually, the answer is the same answer to transition as it is to avoiding this kind of pitfall of the future. It's with an open platform, a modular platform, being able to continue that innovation and not be stuck with a big legacy stack in future. Yeah, that's how we mitigate the risk of having to plot yet another complex transition path away from the next legacy. That's what we avoid with this openness and modularity.
Future-proof.
That's it. That's the word.
Love it. And so one last question, and you can probably guess it might have something to do with AI. What is the role of AI in order for us?
Yeah, there are many applications on the order side, and some are slightly more obvious in terms of, for example, in the reshopping phase of the order lifecycle, optimizing the offers that we can propose to customers that are looking to change their orders. Also moving towards, for example, schedule change and disruption handling in the context of all of the orders that are in play for the airline or a given flight at any time. Basically being able to optimize that and optimize network utilization better than we can do today. Again, they're some of the more obvious ones, but from a kind of a pure order-focused perspective, also looking at, for example, the way we can interact with customers and the process flows and workflows. Maybe a really kind of simple example is when we are pushing, for example, gate information to a customer. Today, maybe it's typically just blanket, I don't know, X minutes before a flight, we push the gate to every passenger that's on that plane. But actually, we can begin to optimize and learn from interactions with customers, success rates of open rates of notifications and things for each individual kind of passenger and their characteristics, optimize the time at which we're giving information to passengers so that they actually use that information and improve their experience, improve their loyalty to the airline, and even in that scenario, maybe improve even passenger flows at airports. So there's a lot of applications for AI, even in the order space, not just purely on the offer creation and optimization side.
Got it. Anything else anyone wants to throw in, or before I sign off here? We're good. So you just heard a gross oversimplification of years of work by hundreds of people, and all for you to give you the best products, truly unique products, better than anyone else's products. And we invite you, in all seriousness, to please come and join the sessions that we're having in the next 2 days, where we're going to get deeper into every little bit of all of this, both the features and capabilities of the technology, what underpins the technology, and then also the principles and the mindset that we apply when deciding how to build this for you. So thank you guys so much.